Rhoda Osman represents a very scary part of dating and getting to know women and just who women are in 2025. Because I want you to one see the image that she wants to curate for you, right? Let's go ahead and check that out real quick. So getting back to what I was saying about my theories, not theories, but my thoughts on tall women, right? So my baby mother is tall. So another thing that you always say is that I'm gonna say women who are overweight and women who are tall, whether they had to be a very kind-hearted person that comes from a very loving family and a stable environment. Because for the most part, if you they have a natural insecurity about themselves, and nothing you're going to be able to do is going to be able to compensate for it. And another thing, the way it's going to play out is always that the attention you give or whatever you have for her will never be enough. All right, and don't let her be a fine tall girl. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, she knows that even if guys would have sex with her and whatnot, her appearance is not really comfortable. Because a tall girl can be fine as hell, but she's still tall. You know what I'm saying? She's still, a tall woman and whatnot. So this right here is a tall woman. This is a lot of women. Now, this is the kind of woman that you need a heavyweight like me to handle. I ain't gonna hold you. Like I was saying earlier, when she was on the Anton Daniel show, she was like, she said, oh no, I'm a baddie, and I hadn't really seen like a picture of her really, or like a video of her, or her zoomed out. I ain't gonna hold you. Like in person, I don't know if it comes across on camera or whatnot, because she has like, I can see how someone may not think that she's that pretty, but for what I like, okay, your boy Six Pack loving chocolate. Got mad love for chocolate Keisha. I got mad love for chocolate Keisha. Hold on, what happened?
I did the whole show in Chicago with the
Bean out, nigga.
First time going.
Sorry for this call, man. I did the whole show. I said, somebody asked me who hurt you. The who hurt you defense will no longer work. But anyway, let's play a few of these videos from her page. Matter of fact, let's start here. All right.
She was a fairy. Yeah, yeah. She was a fairy. Yeah, yeah. She was a fairy. Yeah, yeah. She was a fairy with a fatty. I'm my daddy. He want grab it. He want smack it. He want have it. I'm my daddy. This shit smacking. She was a fairy.
I'm gonna play it again. You know what? I don't know if I'm gonna get flagged for that, so I'll turn the sound off and whatnot. So basically, so this is her right here. So you get an idea what I'm talking about. You feel me? So I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I don't care what no one tells y'all. Whenever you see women make videos that are suggestive like this, especially if I don't care what they telling you. If she's bending over too much, all right. If she popping ass too much, those are all the signs, bro. That's telling you everything you need to know. And what you need to know is that she's gonna be a lot of fun. All right. For the young guys out there, when you see a girl like this girl is for fun. Meaning that when you get around her and whatnot, she's a ticking goddamn time bomb. Your only goal is, now again, this is only if she wants to bang you. Now you cannot pull this off if she don't want to bang you. When you meet a girl like this, let her be free. All right. You're not going to get her to do anything productive. Like once men let go of creating dependency on a woman of like, oh well, if we start having sex, we're gonna consistently have sex, all right? Or okay, I need to get her to cook for me. Don't get me wrong, I love all those things. I love to be catered to, all those things and whatnot. But what men don't realize is that, fam, understand you are building up a dependency, and mostly everything that women complain about is all deflection. But anyway, so let's get further into this this image, right? So think about. Let me stop playing sound. So this is one of, how can I say? This is one of the things that like black women really enjoy, which is mixing and conflating worlds. Well, maybe not conflating, but basically being this crazy amalgam or this crazy mixture of all these different things, all while being a toxic person, all while being promiscuous, all while being like all these negative things. So for example, so you see, I guess these are things that she studied and whatnot, which makes this whole story even worse. So all right, so boom, let's get to it. Masters of Science, summa cum laude, women in gender studies, Ivy League graduate. My nigga, where's my buttons at? Where's my goddamn buttons? I need to have my things ready for me. Niggas ain't real, bro.
That's cap. I accuse you of capping.
PhD, published, Linton Book Fellowship, English degree, Scripps Howard Grant. So anyway, she says, I don't talk enough about my degrees, awards, or the years I spent studying systems. Most people only survive, but I've earned every credential I've got, and not for prestige, but to pass the knowledge back. I'm done playing small. I want to make what I've learned accessible to folks who never meant to be in a room, but deserve the whole building. Okay? So what she's speaking to is, this is the extent of women's leadership. The extent of women's leadership, for the most part, is creating very, very strong arguments for why you should give them some shit. You see it online every single day. All right? In terms of these conversations about women and whatnot, and for the most part, I don't know what to say, but I think on one hand, I think the Stud Keisha, they got in trouble. What the way that the studs are going at Stud Keisha, and the way that black women are going at Stud Keisha, I think that it's mostly only happening because they involve like young black girls. I wonder if it would be different if it was like just men. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because I think that's one of the reasons why people are going so crazy about it. But anywho, so going back to the whole facade and also the conflation. I'm gonna say I want to use conflation. I hope it's okay, guys. I'm gonna say conflation because the way it is. Because again, being like you popping ass, right? These are all things that women did. These are things that dancers and women who are selling pussy do. That's the best way I could put it. All right, this whole image, this whole you know what I mean. And again, it's probably a fun person, but if all this is true, that makes your predicament it makes it worse, because what you're proving is that school books or education from higher institutions is a scam. I mean, that would mean that it means nothing. That would mean that good decisions and education do not correlate. This person is about to go to jail for 90 days for something that she did not have to do whatsoever. Let's get into more of these videos, man. So she's gonna do a poem, but I just want you guys to see the cakes. I ain't gonna hold you. So here we go. So this is one of her so again, she if you don't know, I'm showing y'all these videos because she represents the modern woman. I'm saying the complexity of the modern women. Cause I think about this a lot more. Like after I start listening to Coach Greg Adams, I start thinking more. Now I already understood these things, but in terms of thinking of who women really are and not forcing them into necessarily a box. Now, of course, the way I feel is that when you're going to deal with me, I'm going to get the utmost respect, or we're not going to deal at all. I'm not going to force you. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm definitely not going to be one of these niggas that's on a podcast somewhere going through all these levels of logic of why you should listen to me. If that doesn't make sense to you, all right, it's all good. I'm not arguing. Matter of fact, I don't even waste conversation, especially if you ugly, if you old, or you fat. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely not forcing the conversation or explaining myself or trying to be your friend and shit. You come off like a see you next Tuesday, I will see you next Tuesday. You understand me? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm saying I will see.
Dance party with Beyonce.
You know what I mean? Hold on.
You think I have somebody I love in the bricks?
Brooke lady. So I really don't want to play this shit because I cannot take any more feminine nonsense. I can't. But anyway, so going back to the complexity of the modern woman and how she can be all these things at one time. And again, all those accolades she mentioned, you know what? I believe it. I believe that she has all those things. And you still sell pussy. Because this person has charges for prostitution. Okay? This person has been locked up before. So this person is actually a bit of a career criminal. And a few years ago, and I hate to say this shit, man, but listen, ladies, the sisters, if you watching, you got to tell your sister to tighten up. Because listen, they are dragging y'all on social media, and you got more and more women making themselves viral and for the most part creating a representation. Another thing you're gonna have to do is completely disassociate and realize all this independent women shit, all this conniving shit, all this bad. You need to go go look up what a deal is and how to make a deal and how to negotiate. Because for the most part, you have the negotiating part down pat. It's just that with your negotiation, you don't offer anything in the negotiation. You're trying to pretty much say, all right, well, how can I negotiate? But for the most part, y'all are like people who want a job and you want to work 20 hours a week but get paid for 40. That's kind of like, I think that's one of like the most fairest analogies that I can give. Cause you got to realize again, whenever y'all go viral, you go viral for lying on a black man, dragging a black man name through the mud, ruining a black man's reputation, or putting a black man's business all the way out there. It's never for really you by yourselves. And she and Roda Osman, the Kiki Jones lady, that's what they have in common. You know what? Even the stud, because the stud, this is all from you trying to be a nigga. So that's a whole different level of disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Because you taking my image. Listen, I'm an African American, so you taking my image and trying to use it for evil? Nah, man, you don't do us like that. Hold on. Listen, hold on.
Bitch, I ain't never been happy.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on, what?
I did the whole show in Chicago with the bean out. First time going.
You feel me?
Goddamn, let it got diddy.
All right, let me play the video.
So much because apparently love is a math problem now. So you're on a date and the bill drops and he goes 50-50? Sure, but can we factor in centuries of unpaid labor, pay gaps, and the fact that men get higher positions? You do know why your poor mom suffered, right? And why she had to work 3 jobs and then come home and cook you guys dinner? It's because of the selfish, entitled men that you're trying to emulate right now. It's like somebody who owes you tons of money and ample favors calls you up and says, would you like to go to dinner? And then expects you to split the bill. Ho, is you cool? Funny how splitting the bill is when men all of a sudden care about equality. For all you men splitting bills, I better see you at the next women's rally, and I better see you vote for laws that help women gain equality. Here's the thing, women weren't allowed to open bank accounts, buy homes, get professional degrees, or even have access to high-paying jobs for decades. Black women especially had to fight for every opportunity. And yet we're the most qualified and the most educated group in America, but we are paid the least. Expecting 50-50 without that context, it's not just inconsiderate, it's cruel. Not factoring that in is just petty math from a petty man in a petty world. Men even having this debate is audacious. In my humble opinion, women should choose partners based on liberation and not bank statements. High-earning women might need a stay-at-home dad to fulfill her dreams of having it all. Where a woman that is born into poverty and lacks access to education and other opportunities and resources might want something very different. Either way, men should just be grateful that women are still willing to partner with you. Considering that you guys created and maintain a system that is stacked against us for your benefit and our detriment. You literally get to live longer, earn more, eat better, and avoid emotional labor when we're in your lives because we do all the heavy lifting. And you want to split a $100 bill at brunch. Nasty word. You literally get social benefit from her just being there with you. The 50-50 debate is diabolical and exhausting. Equality is not about splitting the bills. It's about dismantling the systems that ever made us feel like we have to. So here's my offer. Let's go 50-50 and burn this shit to the ground. How's that 50-50 for you? Excuse me, Tom?
So you see how fucking confusing that was? I'm not sure where you know what it is too? It's hard for you to have a good message when you don't realize that, for one, you're full of shit. You're not righteous. Well, all these people, I keep telling y'all, being honorable, right? Respect, all these different things, those are male traits. That's one of the reasons why you see all this disrespect, this bad attitude from a lot of black women and modern women in general. Because again, these last 3 generations, we've had more single moms in the last 3 generations, more single mother-led households in the last three generations. So that means that we've had more, I cannot say more female input, more female influence in terms of thinking and stuff like that. And really, for the most part, equality is not about equality. It's about more power, more freedom, and influence for the women. Right? On one hand, women hate for men to be weak. So even with that conversation, right, with the 50-50 conversation, What women don't realize is, first and foremost, she lied throughout the video. Men did not start the 50-50 conversation. All right. As far as dating and bills and whatnot, men for the most part said maybe a few things. For one, be realistic. Because again, a majority of the world in terms of women are going to be women who are rated between 4 and 6. 6 meaning you are above average, so 6 for the most part means pretty. All right. Average does not mean ugly. Average can still be pretty. You know what I mean? Because even that is a spectrum to everything, right? And again, most people are regular looking people. Very few people are just exceptionally looking, you know what I'm saying, people, right? So men have just mostly said, can we be realistic as far as first dates? Because men understand that you can meet more guys at one time. There are dating apps. There's so many different ways that a woman can wind up having a date every single night of the week. Or if she knows that, I'll go out with you because I'll get something out of it and I don't really necessarily have to give anything. What kind of market does that create? It creates pretty much a market where women can put you in their phone as foodie date. Now, that may seem like a joke to you and whatnot, but it's plenty of guys out there who really thought that I'm doing the right thing. I'm being a nice guy. She hangs out around me, right? She lets me pick her up. She lets me spend money on her, right? Because again, a lot of guys, they're female censored. Now, as far as being censored, if anyone's censored, men are very female censored. Men, they looking. I didn't like when I heard this at first, but I realized it more and more, and I realize it now that I'm by myself, how men live their lives through women. They do almost everything for women, and they can't imagine being successful just for themselves. Like when I start really thinking about being successful for myself, that's when I start being able to see the potential in everything that I can do. I start seeing who I could be, what life could really be for me. I went to Erykah Badu house. She made tea for me. All right. But she mixed up so many different things. Also, she said, you built a system that works against me. She's literally on the internet that the men built and put together. She's inside of a house that men built and put together. She's on electricity that men ran and wired through that apartment. Right? The GoFundMe site that you scammed hundreds to possibly thousands of black women and black men out of, in terms of money, I'm sorry. All these people that you scammed and whatnot, you did it on GoFundMe. That's a site, that's an internet ran by men. And I don't mean to keep beating a dead horse and whatnot, but even in 2025, it's not an old video. With all your education, how could you be more wrong? And it really represents like, real talk in terms of understanding. There was a difference in you being able to read a book versus being able to create some kind of order. This person says they study systems. How can you, and again, what it's mostly about is if I can gaslight you into working hard about making you think that something's wrong with you or you're not doing enough, I stay in the position of power. Also, I remove the possibility of critique or correction because I've already assumed the moral high ground or I have assumed the role of victim. Because that's always the play. When women communicate, most of the times it's not to really inform you, it's usually to run a play. And when you think about the word manipulation, you realize how much effort and time women put into manipulation, which is mostly lying. And the reason why it's out of hand is because of the lack of male influence, the lack of respect for men in general, which again, it's bad for everyone. It destroys the confidence of the boys. It makes the boys soft and lazy. Listen, I'm going to keep dragging that Saeed kid. Okay? That's the gayest shit ever. I'm sorry. It just is, man. It's soft. It's not manly. Okay, I said to my man the other day, I said, growing up, did you walk around with a fear of a girl giving you some pussy? Growing up, did you walk around with a looming fit? I mean, is that a fear? Is that a disaster for most young men? Oh my God, I was at this. Oh my God, you won't believe this. I was at this party and I'm hanging out with my friend and whatnot. Mind you, I didn't buy nothing for these women. I didn't buy them a drink. I didn't bring them a blunt. I didn't offer to take them on a date, and they were going to just give me some box because I'm in the right place at the right time. Not only that, they're attractive girls. I understand maybe it wasn't what you planned on doing. I'm not gonna even gonna say understand. My point is, we're not gonna talk about you like you know goddamn victim. Men are not supposed to be fucking victims. You are a man. You're supposed to solve your own goddamn problems. It's one thing if a fucking piano fell on you. That's something totally different. If a piano falls on you, makes sense. If you get hit by a meteorite, you're not gonna turn into Meteor Man. You're gonna just die. That makes sense. That ain't your fault. You understand? If a piece of a plane fall out the sky and hit you upside the head, it's not your fault. Okay? But if it was some men and they had a bag of carrots and they was trying to put them carrots in your where you didn't want them at, you would have fought like hell to get up out of there. Because that's the last thing any straight man wants to happen. And that's the only real essay that there is for men is penetration. That's another reason why I don't see this essay necessarily. I know it's soft as hell for a man to say I was essayed. Unless someone tried to penetrate you, you know what I'm saying? Or actually beat on you and stuff like that. You wasn't getting beat. Like, these are young people playing and having fun. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, they is hoes. So they're not going to be politically correct and sensitive and stuff like that. But it is what it is. But I'm sorry. Back to this whole facade thing, right? So when you see this girl talk and hear her speak and everything, matter of fact, let's play one more because I got to build up this walk down. You feel me? And let me see. Let's do one more.
Have y'all heard about Pretty Punishment? The new hot girl agreement.
I saw it on TikTok. They were like, they talk about pretty privilege, but they don't talk about pretty punishment. There's been so many times I've just been counted out, and I know that it's behind animosity.
It's basically where pretty girls complain about the same
Cap. I accuse you of capping.
elementary careers. Oh, so you expect the same people who put you on the pedestal to double as your emotional janitors. And while you're on that pedestal, they must catch your tears as they fall. Sweetie, beautiful
Yo, how high in the sky is this camera?
woman around the world. Basically, privilege doesn't erase pain. It just gives you padding. Like softer landings, smoother doors, more grace than somebody without that privilege making the same mistakes. How about using that cushion to lift someone else up rather than napping through accountability? Complaining while coasting? That's crazy.
Goodness, you've had your surgery.
We're good to go.
People stare at me, they project, they're always sexualizing me, they demand access, and are just so jealous and so mean. Guess what? Unconventionally beautiful women and women who don't need desirability politics deal with all of that too. Welcome to womanhood. Everybody's a target, except the pretty ones get perks. Girl, that is not oppression. That is privilege with a side of patriarchy. This next part is gonna be harsh, but I say it with love.
Yeah, long
I'm not
ass
trying
video.
to call you out. I'm just trying to call you up. Mamas, sometimes people are not being mean because you're pretty. Sometimes it's because your personality sucks. You're self-centered and your empathy is thin. You're awkward and you haven't exercised any social skills. And mistake every consequence as cruelty when it's just balance. It could quite literally be a litany of things. But the fact that you think it's because you're pretty makes me want to be mean to you too. It's not always that you're pretty, but it's more likely that it's your pretty privilege and how you choose to use it. Many beautiful women choose to coast through life without developing any skill sets, any intellect, or any charm, and they basically squander that access that they could use to help boost others. I was rooting for you! We were all rooting for you! How dare you! So no, there's no such thing as pretty punishment, only unchecked privilege who thinks that they deserve to live a life downside free.
Oh man, listen, I know her job's gonna be mad as she going. I'm mad that she gonna be going. No, I'm lying. She gonna be gone for 90 days. My bad. She's not going away for a long time. So she'll be back out there. She just can't go on social media no more. But anywho, so you would look at this video and think, listen, I think she speaks very well. I think she's very good at performing her content. But here's the thing about really connecting with the real message is that pay attention to the storytelling. Pay attention to the line of logic. Now, this is more of a bit of a tame video, but I'm gonna tell you right now that this video was more so about dark-skinned girls, ongoing beef. And I'm sorry, there's another thing too. Now, I happen to find dark-skinned women to be beautiful, but that's another thing too. If when dating dark-skinned girls, the darker she is, the crazier she gonna act, and the more insecure she gonna be. All right, because I hate to say this shit, but a lot of women do not like being black. So like African women will tell you straight up, like, what kind of man do you prefer? And they will say white man. They want a mixed baby. And in general, a lot of dark skinned women want a mixed baby. And why is that? Because that baby will not be. They know that baby will not be dark skinned. Now I think my ex, I never saw that in her and whatnot, but she still had like, it's not like mean behaviors. So it's between. I always say, listen, dark skin privilege is alive and well. For black women, it's mostly the complaining and being overly. They try to make everything about politics. Matter of fact, anything that women just don't want to do, or anytime is I feel like it always refers like laziness, right? So she even said desirability politics. That is these are the dumbest fucking phrases ever. They just slam words together. Desirability politics. There's no need to put that together. Like these are all words they put together to pretty much stop men from asking them to do better. I've heard women say respectability politics. So guess what that's about? You coming online with a goddamn bonnet on. You know what I'm saying? You acting like, I saw women will openly post online about their sexual encounters or the kind of men they've had sex with. And I saw that shit on a Threads post. This is like a regular person. She's not an OnlyFans girl. She ain't selling no box. This is someone's mama. I think she was a friend. Basically he was saying, I'm not going to have sex with men who are fat no more. That is a wild post to put up. You imagine your mother putting it up? You understand? So, this is a waste of talent, man. So she could have had a prominent career doing social media, doing content. And for the most part, she seemed like she was doing pretty good on Instagram. You know what I mean? But I'm going to tell you exactly why she didn't experience any success with these things. And it's because, and again, you maybe can't see it, but for one, there's nothing stopping women from going crazy. Whenever people have this kind of talent, if they don't have someone to bring order to it, someone to manage it, all successful women mostly have a smart guy behind them. Any woman that's really made it most of the time, now maybe not always, but I'm lying. Anytime women have been very successful, a man helped somewhere along the way. It wasn't just women. All right, you think of someone like Nicki Minaj. Deb Antony may have helped her get to the next level. Sorry, Deb Antony, Waka Flocka's mom, helped her go to the next level and everything. But Fendi got her started, and it wasn't until she was next to first French Montana and Gucci, and then putting her next to all those men in that BET cypher and creating that legendary moment. Even her having Safari with her, all that helped to legitimize it. Then her being able to rap on tracks with guys and hold her own. And also being next to two of the greatest niggas ever, Drake and Wayne. All right? Women only go to the next level in terms of greatness, in terms of becoming legendary. It's always through the guidance of men. Because for the most part, women are fire. Men are men. Men are the ones that turn fire into a tool to warm the home, to warm the house, to make metal, to make different things and whatnot. But without men to bring order to a fire cannot bring order to itself. I don't give a fuck what you say. Okay, fire is not going to find food and cook it and serve it for you. Okay, the man has to create the cast iron pot and use the fire to make the food. I think you get the metaphor, don't you get it? Yeah, you get it. I know you get it. But all right, I think we did enough of this walk down. We're gonna go ahead and just close out of that for right now. You know what I mean, and get into this story, man. So yeah, bro. So shout out to this content creator here. So I'm gonna go ahead. Actually, I'm gonna play 2 clips. It's really the same thing, but I think I'm gonna start here. Nah, fuck it, because he has more of the video. So shout out to this content creator. He doesn't need my help or my promotion, but I'm still gonna shout him out, even though he's a huge content creator. Pause. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm Stacy. That's the name. Yeah, I'm Stacy. All right. So you get it. Got it. Good. So he tells the story very, very eloquently. I'm gonna let it play from here.
And more news came out that she was allegedly lying. and also has done this before because there are more GoFundMe's that she has started for other situations. And after an investigation went through, it led to police saying that she was the actual aggressor, and then she was arrested for theft by deception. Daphne, for a sudden over a celebrity, has been keeping up with the case, and she's working with the Houston Police Department trying to make sure that Roda Osman was found guilty, held accountable for her actions. All right. So she came and reported today that she was indeed found guilty. So she says, I want to thank DA Keith Houston and the Houston Police for having me there and keeping me safe while I testified against Roda. We did it. She was found guilty. But her consequences are 90 days in jail, inpatient substance abuse treatment, full restitution of $42,302, 10 years of probation, a 10-year social media ban if she violates.
Let's stop that right there. People are saying that maybe she didn't get a heavy enough sentence, but real talk, I've never heard of a judge doing that shit. Hold on, make sure my mic is on, because I would hate to be cooking, I love the way I'm cooking, and it ain't getting recorded. So, for a woman, I don't think I understand how big this is for a woman. Pause. Okay? The modern woman does not know life without that phone or without social media. But it also may be the only thing that saves her. This may be the only thing that will give her a chance at life. Okay? I told y'all. And again, I'm not saying that she ain't got no man. I'm not saying that she not fucking. Okay? But, and again, I could be wrong. Maybe she do have an actual boyfriend. But women like that, it's always a man somewhere around. You know what I mean? And not only that, again, with the internet, they can create whatever facade they want, whatever image they want, and you will never know that these are the same people. I just showed you on Instagram, right? And again, I'm sure she actually is intelligent. But again, most women cannot bring order to themselves. Most women cannot make themselves successful without some kind of help. The best they can mostly do is go to school, and hopefully you have enough discipline to go to a job. I believe this is also somebody who's lost a child to CPS at some point, or at least almost lost a child to CPS. This girl got mad charges. And I'm going to explain something to y'all. People do shit every day, B. But when people actually get caught to the point where, or you do things to the point where legal action is taken against you, or you actually wind up having to go anywhere near jail, that means you have done enough of the wrong thing. You've been doing a lot of the wrong thing, all right? And yeah, some people maybe do, wind up being in the wrong place at the wrong time, or being a little bit unlucky and stuff like that, right? But for the most part, people who are in jail, like even when I watched Love at the Lockup, right? It's only maybe one person I've seen on there that didn't come across as a serial fuck up or someone that could go back to jail. All right, I think it was like one dude. It was a few seasons back. I forget his name, but he was someone that got locked up for scamming. I think because very few of them like got locked up for like a financial crime. You know what I mean? Now people who do financial crimes sometimes you could have done it one time and then get locked up, right? But overall, my point being is that Black folks in particular, you have to stop trying to be a monolith and stop trying to think that, oh well, just because this doesn't mean this. And that's how y'all wind up in a state of mind where you don't realize that, you're not able to accept reality. You're not really able to accept who people are, right? And when you do that, that also means that you're not able to care for the people around you correctly, and you're not able to make good long-term decisions. Like when I've had this conversation about the whole Saeed thing, right? What's bothered me is no one's really overcome my argument. For the most part, their argument is based off of accepting men being basically men being the new women, and accepting that he's a weak man. Since when do we feel bad for men? The fuck? Y'all don't care about men getting raked over the coals for child support, getting destroyed at family court. It's a whole industry. Shout out to CJ. He pointed this out. There was a whole industry that's invested in you going through it in court. That is a whole that is a whole segment of the government. All right, and they make money from y'all going to court back and forth. And also the government facilitates this shit. and it's encouraged. And for the most part, but the only thing the government can mostly do to maybe, I think, help with getting this more, how can I say, linked up and everything, yo, they're gonna need to have tighter laws on child support, period. You know what I'm saying? And just more deterrents, because the thing is, if they remove more safeguards, and I'm not saying they gotta get rid of food stamps, nothing like that, but I'm just saying in general, like, we gotta put things in perspective. All right. But not only that, these are prime examples. Because again, this girl would not be going through this right now if she didn't have all of this internet to lie on. I don't know if that makes enough sense or not, but basically, she wouldn't have been able to even get $40,000. You know, listen, she would have to do about 100 fish fries to raise $40K. She got a bad Botox injection. You know what I mean? Her face is swollen up. She said, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going viral, which you want to see shortly. You understand?
Even one time she was served 10 years in prison. Because she been using social media to do all the scamming, okay? To my haters, what do you have to say now? I'm listening. She said she will be doing a YouTube live this week to go over what happened. Stay tuned, so make sure you go ahead and check out Celebrity. Daphne Forrest Sutton, she covers a lot of different things on her YouTube channel. Go ahead and check her out, all right? So Daphne was on point and made sure this lady was held accountable for everything. Now, let's go down a walk through memory lane, because I've been on point with keeping y'all up to date with this case. So first thing first, let's go to the video that went viral initially.
He hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a fuck. Yeah, this man hit me, grabbed a rock, and he hit me in my face, so I would have given him my number. And all y'all just watch. You don't see that shit. You don't see that shit. What y'all do? I want y'all to be a man. I want y'all to be a man and fucking do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face.
Okay, so from that point, we have dudes that was on the scene trying to plead their case because she was accusing them of not protecting her. See what they had to say.
Girl, she was sitting right there, but she was literally right there, bro. You see what I'm saying?
And like, coming from the gas station.
We just came from the gas station, right? And she was talking about, she got hit with a brick, you know what I mean?
And then we was asking.
So we just like, what just happened, bro? Who just hit you with a brick? She talking about a guy in the suit. You know what I mean? But we saw the guy out here, though. We never knew he was a bad guy, though. You know what I mean? We saw the guy out here, like, we working and stuff like that. So that was around here and stuff like that. There was moving and stuff like that with the girl before she got hit with the brick, you know? So, what happened, we just don't know what happened. I think they had like a argument or something like that. We just don't know.
Before, you know, she was trying to fight with another.
Yeah, she was trying to fight with another girl right there before she got hit with a brick, you know what I mean? She was trying to fight, you know what I mean? So what happened is, we were just out here, we was chilling and stuff like that. We went in the gas station. Right after we came back outside, she was right there talking about, I thought it was the brick, you know? And we was trying to help her, that's all we was trying to do. You see what I'm saying? We were trying to help her. I called the police and stuff like that. They pulled up, I talked to them. I know they got the video. The police got the video. Yeah, we can pull out the video. I was talking to the police. She was behind me, you know what I mean?
Now, there was a lot of misinformation. People were claiming that they did it for this, that, and the third reason. It was a lot of misinformation, but finally, investigation was done, and they got down to the bottom of it and found out that she was the aggressor. Peep this real quick.
The woman at the center of a viral video who claimed a man threw a brick at her head because she would not give him her phone number is now wanted by Houston police. This story got national attention after that woman live streamed what she claimed was the aftermath on Instagram and started a GoFundMe. Only KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is talking with the prosecutor on this case tonight. He joins us live near the Galleria with the latest. Bryce?
Daniela, Houston police got called to this street in September, and when they arrived, the woman seen in that viral video told them that an Uber driver threw a brick at her head and then tried to kidnap her. But tonight, she has become the focus of this criminal investigation because Houston police say the surveillance footage captured by cameras on this street doesn't match her story.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watched.
This video with more than 1 million likes on the Shade Room's Instagram page captured the moments after what appeared to be a brutal attack in West Houston.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
The woman is 33-year-old Roda Osman.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Seen here in tears in a hospital gown.
She told the detective that responded that she was hit in the head with a brick after she refused to give her phone number to a guy on the street.
And was that verified by any of the evidence that detectives looked at?
No, that was not verified.
Harris County prosecutor Keith Houston says surveillance videos from that early September morning show Osman hitting a man first.
So she's the one she was the aggressor.
She was the aggressor, yes.
And it was a water bottle that hit her, not a brick?
He did have a water bottle in his hand, and we think that's what left the mark.
According to court documents, she asked someone else to launch this GoFundMe for her recovery, raising more than $42,000. But as the story went viral, a blogger on TikTok called police, alerting them to this 2020 GoFundMe, which claimed a vicious assault by a security guard in Minneapolis.
Detective Thornton verified with Minneapolis police that there was no assault done at that time. It was completely fictional.
Prosecutors allege theft by deception and believe she would have received all that money had the campaign not been shut down.
The violence that I have suffered since September 30th is just unbelievable. I can't even believe I'm here. They try to leave me for dead.
In an Instagram story posted Wednesday, Osman addressed those who have doubted her.
I actually have things going on in my life. I actually have real ways to make money. I don't have to get a GoFundMe for money. I actually can earn income because I'm actually educated and I actually am talented.
I'm back just in time for the goddamn bonnet. And that's why, listen, let me tell you something. Perception is reality. Reality is perception. You never learned your lesson. Never learned my lesson. Hold on, let me tell you something.
Goodness, you've had your surgery.
We're good to go.
Get up and get out of them relationships. Like
Why are you here, bro?
There was a direct correlation between bonnets and bad behavior. There is a direct correlation between bonnets and demonic behavior. What's so cold about this whole thing, now, I had to go and get these burgers going. I want to make sure y'all can see my face. Oh, y'all. I had to go and get these burgers going, right? Because let me tell you something. What do I always say on this channel?
I was washing tables.
Relax, Johnny. What do I always say on this channel? You are never bigger than the burgers. So let me put my timer on and all that, because I had to make sure I had to get right for me. You understand? These days I'm doing it for me.
I want your body. If you love me, let me get your body.
Bro, baby, when you get out, I want your body. I ain't gonna hold you. But anyway, bonnets and demonic behavior. But one of the main takeaways from this shit is that, first of all, it's devilish for a myriad of reasons, because there's so many different crimes. Actually, let's rewind to her. What these niggas outside, man. Let's rewind. Is this it right here?
This video with more than 1 million likes on the Shade Room's Instagram page captured the moments after what appeared to be a brutal attack in West Houston.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
The woman is 33-year-old Roda Osman.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Seen here in tears in a hospital gown.
She told the detective.
Fam, the coldest part about this whole thing is the fact that this girl, hold on.
You watch. You don't see that shit. This man hit. Yeah, this man hit me. He grabbed a rock and he hit me in my face because I would have given my number.
Mind you, they are outside having a good time. These niggas is smoking, they drinking, they feeling good and whatnot. You know how many buzz, when someone kills your buzz like that, that's like wasting money. You understand? It's like wasting money. They over here chilling, having a good time, and here she come. Here she come. You imagine how confusing it was that no one got hit. This lady walked up, put her phone in the air. Not only that, they listen, they see all these curves walking up. It probably was overwhelming. She got a big old lump in her face. She about 5'11", got mad junk in the trunk, and she just come accusing you of watching her get hit in the face with a brick. First of all, That don't even sound like a reasonable response. But the fact that she got so much support and so much money, it really speaks to, yo, real talk, yo, how black women see black men. Cause they bought into that shit, hook, line, sinker, no questions asked. You know what? If she said it happened, it definitely happened. I gotta realize that we just coming off of the end of the Me Too movement, the end of the hashtag believe all women, which is the craziest fucking thing ever. But that lets us know what era we was in. You cannot just believe someone off the strength about a serious crime. When people make accusations, they have to have receipts. They have to have proof. We can't just go around just believing people and just believing people's stories. It's dangerous. Like, again, look at how many of these women are able to come online and ruin lives. So, first of all, she made this shit up, and somehow this dude was somehow he got death threats for some made up shit. And what's even colder is, if you're a young man, I know this is tough, and for the women that's watching, y'all gonna have to change this. Listen, the same way men experience some of our fathers not being as present, my pop, you know what I'm saying, has been in my life full time since I was 12 years old. You know what I mean? It might have been on and off before, but as far as like, you know, at 38 years old, I can say my dad has been there for me since I was 11 years old. 11, 12. You know what I'm saying? On a consistent basis, and he made a point to make that change in my life. And I always really appreciate him for that. You know what I'm saying? When you don't, how can I say? When you don't have that kind of influence, like when you don't have that kind of support, that kind of willingness to sacrifice, bro. The people it creates, bro, it's fucking crazy. But anywho, black men saw as a whole how it felt to not have a father in the house. And that's why men who are between and even younger than 30, most fathers who are young men now, who are younger than 50 now, make it a point to go above and beyond to the point where the CDC says black men are the most involved fathers. And it always bothered me that my best friend will always have a hard time. Like I would say that, and he would just disagree. He pretty much was saying so many words, yo, I disagree with that stat, or that basically that can't be right. Anytime I would say anything positive about black men, I remember when Kevin Samuels used to point out most black men are middle class. And him explaining where that statement comes from. Like, real talk, if you think about it, most black men never really experience hearing positive things about themselves online. But when you understand unfortunately how black women will act out the white supremacist mindset in terms of seeing themselves as a separate group from black men, seeing themselves as superior to black men, feeling as though perpetuating stereotypes of black men being lazy, being lazy, being animals, being monsters, being beasts of burden. All right, and pretty much for the most part being no different than cattle. You know what I mean? Meaning that they shouldn't have rights. There shouldn't be any compassion. Like these things they're things, they're objects. And whether y'all want to see it that way or not, you can see it for just the disregard for our image. You know what I mean? And the coldest thing, I keep saying the coldest thing, but one of the coldest things is that she was able to do all this with a straight face. And earlier in the video, you heard her talk about how when the truth comes out, that's cold. It's one thing to stay quiet and stay low key and don't mention nothing. She said, "Y'all gonna see when the truth comes out." Yo, this broad is cold. But what that means for young men out here dating is that, yo, you really cannot believe women at all. You have to really vet. If you want to be in a relationship, you have to, for one, understand what you can and can't deal with, but you most definitely stay away from a woman as far as like a relationship, because this right here is a wild horse. So we went through the social media profile. We went through her accolades as someone who has almost a perfect GPA when it was in school, possibly a PhD and a master's in multiple disciplines and stuff like that. So again, I believe that she's accomplished the education, but we're seeing that Just because you go to school does not mean that you'll be able to make that translate into success. The only way to be successful is with discipline and male leadership. Without male leadership, there will always be motherfucking failure. All right? Perfect. So, let's get into the next part of the video, man. You feel me? Oh, get that Wi-Fi together, baby. Here we go again. I'm back. I swear to God, I'm back. Yo. A wise man once asked, so all you
Let me
lesbians,
get up out of here before one of the...
why when you lesbians turn into men or try to dress like men or transform into men, y'all never transform into like responsible, like looking human beings. Y'all always transform into like hood niggas. And real talk, it's several things that was on display with this story. So what we got right here is Stud Keisha. I've been telling y'all for years. It's a part of my legislation too. You gonna need to have a stud license. We can't just be letting everyone go out here and being studs, because it starts a whole thing. And I'm gonna make this point again. When have you ever met a woman dressed like a guy, and then good things followed after that? I mean, unless like maybe like you like a single mother, maybe, you know what I mean. Sometimes if you a single mother, because she might give you the whole check because of the lack of long term thinking. But we have Stud Keisha right here. I keep telling y'all, Stud Keisha is running wild and running amok in every ghetto all around the world, ghetto to ghetto, hood to hood, all around the world. My hood to your hood. You understand? You know what I mean? Real talk. You know what I mean? Hold on.
Get up and get out of them relationships.
The fact that she was hired to work at any school with her aluminum foil chain, she came in there dressed like Busy Bone. God damn it! And why did the AI have the Riley braids from the Boondocks? Answer these series of questions down below. I need answers. So they called this shit the Studstitute. So anyway, so the fact that she was even hired to work anywhere with young people, much less disadvantaged people, is fucking crazy, and it tells you how low the bar is for being employed in positions where you are shaping the lives of the future people. When you work with young people, you are raising the next generation. Literally, you being around them is influencing them. It's a very serious thing. That's why like teachers who indoctrinate and speak on their political beliefs and their religious beliefs in the classroom, listen, it's a reason why these things they shouldn't happen, and it didn't happen previously, because again, that teacher is influencing you. When you're young, you don't understand that people who work in the school system, most of them make okay money. You know what I'm saying? They're only making money until they get older. And again, it's a humble career, but it's not a career that you get because you want to make a lot of money. It's the kind of career that you get because, like, yo, you may just enjoy conversation, you enjoy learning, you enjoy pursuit. But also, times have changed, right? Where you need more and more money to survive. So more than ever, if you haven't been a teacher for about 5 to 6 years and whatnot, you haven't gotten enough bumps. Now teachers get like a lot of steps, kind of like my job. Like you get steps where